as factors, as barriers against digital access. Digital etiquette is the electronic standards of conduct and procedure, and I'm pretty sure all of us have witnessed varying degrees of digital etiquette amongst our students, whether they're texting in class or trying to answer a phone call, or if they email you with the caps lock on. You know, those are all elements of digital etiquette that we have to, you know, maybe educate our students about. Digital law, that actually is technology and the legal or illegal use of technology. So sexting or sharing inappropriate materials in class might be one aspect of illegal use in schools, right? Downloading copyrighted materials or bypassing school firewalls. I had a student once that I had on a Citizenship website, and all of a sudden he has headphones on and he's listening to music and this. I'm like, how did you bypass the firewall in order to access that? So it's doable. All of these kids know how to do a lot more stuff than I know how to do. Okay, next one we have digital literacy. The process of teaching and learning about technology and the use of technology. I'm learning stuff every day as a teacher, how to use technology and how to use websites in the classroom and how to better service our students. I mean, even this morning I was checking into my students on the online classes to see if everybody was working last night or not, you know. So that's one aspect of it, but one way we can help some of our students, we can teach them digital basics, like how to check email, how to use web browsers, how to use just computers in general. Validity of content, when you're getting into some of the other higher level classes, you're going to want them to be able to distinguish what is a valid website or maybe a questionable website. Digital commerce is very big as well. I mean, I purchase about half of my items online nowadays, so that electronic buying and selling of goods, you have to educate yourself, and that's something that we want to pass on to our students. Purchasing from questionable sites could result in identity theft. Researching products that you're buying beforehand. I think there's like a meme online that was going around and said, oh, picture of a rug, like a carpet, a nice, just a nice woven rug, and somebody said, oh, my mom bought this rug online, and this is what she got when you received it was a mouse pad, so it's like that. Oh, wow. So, good deal on a rug, too bad it was only this big. So, doing your research, making sure you have legitimate information from the websites that you're buying, from what you're purchasing. Digital rights and responsibilities. So those are going to be requirements and freedoms extended to everyone in the digital world. Following acceptable use policies at your school. That's going to be one way of following one of your digital responsibilities. Proper citing. If you notice, I realize that, you know what, I don't cite enough when I'm doing my presentation, so I have to adhere to that. So I have the sources from where I got all of my information for this presentation right there. And then just reporting any inappropriate use or bullying, online bullying, that would be a responsibility that maybe you have or your students have moving forward. Digital security, electronic precautions to guarantee safety. So I'm pretty sure we've all been guilty of this at one point or another, forgetting to log out of a website after we're done using it on a public computer, or forgetting to close all your browser tabs so next person that comes in can access whatever you were looking at. You know? Downloading content from untrusted sites, that's how you're going to get viruses. And keeping usernames and passwords just open. Let's say you just have a post-it note on your folder. Somebody can see your username and password, and guess what? They have access to your account, whatever the account might be. So those are different ways you can kind of keep secure and have your students keep secure as well. Digital health and wellness is the physical and psychological well-being in a digital technology world. And this is something we kind of have a little bit of, I think, familiarity with like eye strain if you're working on computers too long, or you might be getting carpal tunnel syndrome if you're not using proper ergonomic form when using computers. Also, something that I didn't really even consider before I started researching was internet addiction. That's something that is real. You know, some people are just addicted to the internet. You can't really pull them away, right? Those are people that are always on their phone, on computers. It's that's a legitimate thing. So that's quick introduction to digital citizenship and the 9 elements of digital citizenship that we have. We also have ISTE standards. So this is the International Society for Technology and Education. If I remember correctly.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's it. And there are different aspects of standards that we can address. There's different standards that we can teach our students. So one aspect is digital citizenship. So what are the standards associated with digital citizenship? And just give you a quick overview. A digital citizen is the standard associated when students recognize the rights, responsibilities, opportunities of living, learning, and working in an interconnected digital world, and when they act and model in ways that are safe, legal, and ethical. So the standards on the ISTE website deal with those aspects of digital citizenship. There's also standards for teachers. So we have our ISTE standards for teachers, and this is all accessible through the ISTE website. I'll have the link at the end. So if you want to look up the standards for the teachers, the teacher understands local and global societal issues, and maybe you have to understand that not all your students have internet access at home. You know, maybe not everyone can access a computer, or maybe they don't have a computer at home. You know, so those are some things to think about as teachers. And responsibilities in an evolving digital culture and exhibit legal and ethical behavior in their professional practices. So same stuff that we're doing now, but just incorporated into a digital world. So, and the ever-evolving digital culture is something that we all have probably encountered. Exactly what I'm talking about is what I'll be presenting on later. The website already changed from when we were researching it before. And 2 weeks ago, it was the same website. I logged in earlier this week, and it's a completely different website. So I have to relearn it myself, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about later. So here are the resources that we have, and these are all accessible through the presentation. If you go to the pamphlet they handed out here, there's either the bit.ly or the QR code that you can scan, and you can access the presentation and all of these resources. So if anyone that would like to further research any of this, you can continue on. So, all right, I think we're going to start with our text line portion of this. So again, if you have any questions, we'll hold them for the end. And Norm, he's going to be up next. He's going to be sharing a couple of digital resources that he uses with you guys.
Okay, good morning. My name is Norm Chavez. I'm for Women, Adult, and Community Education. Anybody familiar with Crash Course?
Yes.
Very good. One person. And she told me about it. Okay, so we're going to have a brief introduction on Crash Course, and then I'll explain further how everyone else can use it.
This is a YouTube channel. It's a place, where like YouTube videos go. Here on this particular YouTube channel, my brother and I have spent the last 2 years teaching courses in quick 10 to 15 minute episodes. John has taught world history, American history, and some literature, while Hank has taught biology, ecology, and general chemistry. Now, when people ask us why we do this and how we want these things to be used, we don't really have a coherent answer. We're just trying to create educational content in the hopes that it will be useful to people. So overall, that seems to be working pretty well. And now in 2014, we're teaching new subjects. Hank is teaching psychology, I'm teaching literature, and expanding upon our world history curriculum. If you're a teacher, we encourage you to use these videos in your classroom or to assign them to your students for homework. Our first 2 seasons are available on DVD if you'd like them. There's a link in the description. And if you're just a student looking to study, you can search by clicking on the little magnifying glass above my head.
And below us, we've organized the courses that we've taught so far into playlists, so you can check those out.
Whether you're here because you need to pass a test, because you need to help your students pass a test, or best of all, just because you want to learn stuff, we hope you'll find our content helpful and rewarding.
Here at Crash Course, we actually believe in the old-fashioned idea that learning should be fun. So thanks for watching, and as we say in our hometown, don't forget to be awesome.
Okay, as they said, they cover a multitude of subjects. Some of the subjects, as in U.S. history, they have a series of videos, but those videos are anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes long. And there's maybe 10 videos they can go through to study American U.S. history or whatever, Civil War, different aspects of that. Psychology, the sciences, I've used it. I referred a couple of my students to the biology section to brief themselves on the subject, and they come back and then they take a test, and they do very well because in addition to what they do, because we use Plato computer program for the high school diploma at Roland, and all these aspects come up, all these subjects, so it's a very good tool, and it's animated and it keeps their attention, which is basically our main idea. Any questions? Okay, yes, ma'am.
Is there any way to get to that without having to go through YouTube? Because I could get to this when I worked at Fontana, and I use it all the time. It's fantastic for my social science classes. But there's a firewall at the moment. You can't get into that.
Well, that's something you'd have to deal with.
So you can't get around YouTube. There's no other way.
No, it only comes out on YouTube. I mean, you can access YouTube through other means, but if they don't allow any YouTube on your firewall.
You can download these videos off of YouTube.
Okay, because I love that. My students learn so much on that.
Yeah, they have DVDs as well available.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, also right there, Crash Course DVD.
Okay. I'm just curious because I thought it was really a good tool.
Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Slam it.
Oh. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Thank you.
Okay, Common Sense Education is a free website. There's 2 parts that I'd like you guys to focus on. First is the educator, under digital citizenship. They basically sort it out by scope and sequence. And so they break it up by topic. So if you wanted to teach a lesson on self-identity, internet safety, in addition, they break it up by grade level. So let's look at like grade 9 through 12. And we have issues with our students learning copyright, downloading, and plagiarism. What's nice is they give you a video to show to your students that basically introduces them to copyright and fair use, as well as vocabulary. The other thing that I really enjoyed about this website is it also shows you a lesson in action. So it shows you an instructor actually teaching that course or that lesson to students. And then it goes over, also has a video on learning strategy. So this instructor went over Marzano's 6 steps to teach difficult vocabulary and kind of models it for you. In addition, it gives you worksheets that you can download in English, French, and sometimes it's also available in Spanish. Gives you the objectives, tells you which Common Core standards they're aligned to, and then gives you additional supplemental work that students can take home to work with their children or other family members. And then finally, it gives an assessment, and then there's answer keys for the instructors based on those assessments. The other nice thing under educators is there's professional development, and there's quite a few online courses that you can watch and search. So they'll talk about teaching students with autism and digital citizenship. All of these are free, and there's hundreds of them. So if you want, if you have time to sit and do some professional development, these are very helpful. And then the last thing that I really enjoyed was for parents, and this you can teach, show your students. A lot of times we're not sure what our kids are watching, or games, or apps, TV shows. So you can actually click on, like for example, TV, and then a student says, oh, I want to watch, well, this is good at age me, but I remember we used to watch Family Ties, right? Remember Family Ties? So once you, and almost, we did a few, and every, Frank, we did a few. You can click on the show, shows you the age level, the appropriate age level that a student should be watching it, gives you kind of clips of what the show is going to look like. And then over here it talks about whether it's a positive message, role models, violence, sex, all of that stuff, what the storyline is about, and then reviews, is it any good? And then supplemental topics that a family could talk about.
Ready?
Okay?
3,
One,
2,
two,
1,
three.
look at
Okay, I'm over here. Anybody familiar with Khan Academy?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, for those who aren't, we're going to show you, give you an introduction. Subjects.
Sorry, sir.
These are the subjects that Khan Academy has expanded to. First, it started out with Algebra helping his Khan was helping his Selcon. Was helping his niece with arithmetic and algebra, and then he put it on YouTube because they were in different states, and they became very popular. And then now they've expanded, and everything is free. Okay, they ask you to subscribe if you want to donate, but you can do that too as well. All right, so let's go to. I'm going to give you a sample of algebra as soon as it comes up. And when he does, he shows it on a black screen. Yeah, that's what
these cases, we know exactly. When we're dealing with basic arithmetic, we see the concrete numbers there. We'll see 23 plus 5. We know what these numbers are right over here. We can calculate them. It's going to be 28. We can say 2 times 7. We could say 3 divided by 4. In all of these cases, we know exactly what numbers we're dealing with. As we start entering into the algebraic world, and you probably have seen this a little bit already, we start dealing with the ideas of variables. And variables, there's a bunch of ways you can think about it, but they're really just values and expressions where they can change. The values in those expressions can change. So for example, if I write x
as often as they need to understand it. Okay, and they're only about 5 minutes in length as well. Okay, so you can assign it as a class or as homework for individual students. Any questions? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm going to talk about vocabulary. The vocabulary is a learning program for all grades and levels, which uses hip-hop music. Yes, hip-hop music to have the students engage in the curriculum and their lessons. And it's a cool thing because this website, it shows you how to use the program, and also it has songs and videos for the lessons. Let's say math, let's do the math, for example. And there are videos. It's based on the videos. Let's say let's do expressions, equations, components, for example. And you can play the video. So that's the video. And one thing good about this is you can
Welcome to the Island of Experience.
It uses hip-hop music, and this is what kids nowadays want. To have them engaged in the lesson, so not to be boring. And then after they watch the video for the lesson, they have a quick review of what they learned. Say, this is the question, and the next, and it answers that question, and some other questions. And after that, they can view the written notes of that
that video that they've seen, that they watched. And then it also has this fill in the blanks. This is part of the lesson as well, and you can, it's also printable, you can print that. Also, there are printable exercises for that. You can download and print the exercises. These are the exercises they can work on based on the video that they've seen. Then they have a quiz. There's a quiz part. The Lyric Lab is, they can use their creativity on this. They can create their own music, their hip hop music on the lesson. And they have the rhymes, the beats, and just what you see, they can create one for themselves. And also there are handouts for the lesson. There's little activities and assessments. There's also answer keys for each handout. Okay. And also there's a lesson plan for educators, for teachers. Math lesson resources, graphic organizers, writing academic rhymes. And there's a teacher's guide. And what's good about this is also it's aligned, standard alignment. So if you, for example, for math, if you go to grade 7, for example, these are standard aligned. For example, percents, you click on percents. And this is another video and this is another lesson to it. And like you see, there's all the subjects there, language arts, math, science, and everything. And how to use. So educators or anybody can click on this.
Vocabulary is
On how to use the
literacy
program.
across the curriculum. Beats,
Do you have any questions?
and a whole lot more.
Is that free? Is there a charge? This one, in the beginning, you can join the 14-day trial, free trial period, where you just have to sign up. You don't have to enter your credit card or anything. And the rates, there are rates for this.
It's $96 for individual, and then there's a school rate if you wanted to purchase it as a school. But it's $96 for a year.
Which is reasonable.
Some of the YouTubes are on YouTube, and so therefore you get them free. So you just have to search, because I use some of them.
Any more questions? Any more questions?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm going to be talking about badging. How many of you use badging in your class? How many of you have heard of using badging in your class? All right. So we're going to take a look at it and see why you should. All right? Okay. Now I'm going to break the first cardinal rule of PowerPoints, and I'm going to put a lot of words that we have to read together, but I'll read them slowly with you. Digital badges versus open badges. A digital badge is an online representation of a skill you've earned. Open badges take that concept one step further and allow you to verify your skills, interests, and achievements through credible organizations and attaches that information to the badge image file, hard-coding the metadata for further access and review. Because the system is based on an open standard, earners can combine multiple badges from different issuers and tell the complete story of their achievements, both online and off. Badges can be displayed wherever earners want them on the web and share them for employment, education, or lifelong learning. Anatomy of a badge. Okay, you've got the badge's name, you've got the description, and all of this you create. There are free websites for you to be able to create badges. Okay, so you could create them for your own class. You need to have the description of what the badge is, what the criteria the person had to do to receive the badge, who the issuer is. Why should they believe you? What is your credibility? The evidence that they've submitted, and some of the badging allows actual that they can upload and have the examples of the work they've done. So it's there. The date it's issued, the standards that were used, and you can also have tags so that you can access it from multiple places. There are 3, there's more, but these are some that I am aware of. OpenBadges.me at Mozilla, Credly, that's the one that I'm most used. And then if you use Moodles, there's a badges section there, so that's there as well. It's more than a certificate. We do certificates, lots of certificates at the school. Why would you want to do badges? It's evidence-based. They know exactly what they did. You got ESL level 1. What is that? What did you do to get ESL level 1? ABE. You graduated out of my class. What is that? What did you do? What can you do now? So this is evidence-based. Go back. Okay. It's free. It's open, so that means that they can access it from anywhere. This started with universities who were anxious to try and help their students with more than just a degree. And so about 20% of the universities are using these, and it's growing. So being able to transfer this information from, they leave you. Well, this goes with them. It's something that they can access and show their employers. It's also stackable, meaning that they can build. Okay, go on. The 3 people that are most important with a badge are the person issuing it, the person earning it, and then the person looking to see what you've got. This is an example. Corona Norco's adult school joined their consortium, and they did it as a consortium. So they presented and prepared their badges in that manner so that they could, and they're just starting. They're calling it Launching Digital Badges to Motivate 21st Century Learners, and they got the employers in their consortium to also join in so that all members are involved. So it tells you who did this, what did they do, and who says they did it. And so now, when an employer or a university is looking at you, they not only look at your resume, they'll not only Google you, but they would also look at your badges. Thank you.
And I'm going to share with you algebrahelp.com. However, we were talking about how the digital world is constantly changing. This website changed on me from the time that we decided we were going to show Algebra Help. Up until like maybe 2 weeks ago, it was the same website. Earlier this week, I log in and I'm going to share some information, and the website is completely revamped, and it's no longer algebrahelp.com. It's wiseit.com/resources/lessons/math/algebra. So not even the same website, but if you still go to algebrahelp.com, this will come up. So the reason why I like this, it's very useful for students that might be having a little problem with algebra. So you can go through, you can address very specific topics. Actually, you know, even more so, I think one of the best things about it, it's free. So you have lessons. It gives a very specific breakdown of lessons. So you have all these different lessons right here. Let's see here. So if we go here to simplifying exponents, right? Exponents of variables lesson. So it goes through, it gives the breakdown of the lesson, and it's just a very simple step-by-step breakdown of everything. When you get down to the bottom of the lessons, it can give you different aspects that you can utilize as far as, I'll show you order of operations. I know this is new, so I'm sorry. Like I said, this changed completely on me within the past week. So right here on order of operations, we go down here and we can see that there are examples of problems. So you can access this problem, and it'll give us a step-by-step breakdown of how to solve that problem. And that's it. So it gives you breakdowns of how to solve each of these problems. This one right here, we would have to evaluate, and you would just, type a number and then I'll put 6. So we're right here, and okay, so it would be negative 48. It gives you a step-by-step breakdown of the problem and how to solve it. There are also worksheets, and there are worksheets you can access here. Again, the worksheets kind of change, but you can check out the worksheets here. It gives you basic equations, and you can just go through here and check out the answer, or you can access the step-by-step, which is good because the step-by-step function wasn't working yesterday. So that gives you a kind of guide, a quick introduction to the algebrahelp.com. And any questions?
How far low does it go?
How low?
Yes. And basic skills.
It's going to start out like basic algebra.
Like, do they have like fractions?
Oh, actually, you know what? If you go to this math portion, yeah, you can access all kinds of things. So in one case, it kind of did expand because before it was only algebrahelp.com. Now, if you just go to math, you can see different aspects of algebra. So I guess not that bad that it changed, but it's a completely different thing. No. So 1, 2, 3.
We're going to see how well you listen. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Kahoot. And you have it on your phone. Use Kahoot in your classroom.
Kahoot.it.
Kahoot.it. Why should you use Kahoot?
Keep them away.
It keeps them away. The students love it. What I do is I use it to get them back in class after break, because they come back. I'll put the music on and they come rushing in. It's also a good way at the end of class, in the last 10 minutes, to review what you've done that day to see if they got it. Okay, so the students love it. One time I was called out right in the middle, we just barely started the Kahoot, and I had to leave. So I had my aide with me, here, take over it. And when I came back the next day, started my next Kahoot, they said, oh, teacher, we did this one yesterday. Because they've gone through all of them. There's a place where it says, shall we do another? Shall we do another? And they keep wanting more and more and more. So this is kind of student driven. So I highly recommend it, and I think you will enjoy it. Okay? You have choices of team and player. We're going to go this one, scroll down. You know what? Mine says game pin. Oh, it's getting done. I'll give you the game pin in a minute. We're just getting it. Okay, ready to join. This is their ad. Okay, so I think okay, there's your game pin. And this is the music, and Mark is in the classroom next door, and he knows whenever we're Kahooting, because this is the music. You can change the music. It is possible to do, because there are a bazillion games available. Teachers have made these. You don't have to. I need to do fractions. There's a huge amount of fraction ones already made. I have made one Kahoot in all the time I've used it. And that's this one, okay? So very easy. Is everybody ready? We've got 7 players. Here you go. All right.
No, Debbie.
Should we hit okay? Go.
Some haven't gotten on yet.
Did you get it?
Not yet.
Not yet. So it's being slow. Okay, we'll wait. What wants a nickname? It wants a what? Oh yes, put in the nickname. And they actually have a place that says you can't use naughty nicknames. But and what I do at the end of the week is I'll tell them, use your real name, because I'm going to use the data. They tell you what everybody did, and I'm going to record it. So at the end of the week, I have them use their real names. The rest of the time, we've got Mojo and...
Is everybody in?
Everybody in? Okay, should we go? All right, let's go. All right, there's 7 questions. Yes, 7 slides. All right. To teach your students about digital literacy, use, and the answers are on your phone. They're not here. You have to answer using your phone. Okay? So these are your choices. You can do the red one, the blue one, the orange one, the green one. So what are you going to use to teach students about digital literacy? Okay. Some of you were paying attention. All right, let's go to the next one. This shows who's on top. They love this. And those subjects who have a birthday, they get all competitive. It's really fun. A good way to review American history would be to use YouTube videos as now, as soon as everyone's answered, it moves ahead, so it'll time out, but if you all are really fast, it'll go faster. Okay, so we've still got a few people not paying attention. Okay, so this one you should use crash course. All right, next. Maria. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you want help on a specific algebra problem, and my icon's different now because they moved the course. What are you going to use? Specific algebra problem. And there's two possibilities here, but it's not contact. Sorry. Okay. And the thing about the algebra one, when I tried it before, was you could actually type in an algebra problem you can't do, and it'll do it for you. I like that. As a teacher. So that was cool. Okay. All right, let's go to next. Hey, you guys aren't doing well. You can't get bumped Maria off the top. All right. Now, this one is the philosophy of this website. He believes that everyone in the world deserves a world-class education. And he covers many, many topics, and it's free. Khan Academy. Okay. Rita, you're doing better. All right. The method of recognizing student accomplishments. It's one of the methods that we went over about how you can recognize your students' accomplishments and help them in their jobs. Yeah,
Well done.
I'll go to my classroom and have a box of chocolate and use that. All right, very good. All right, we're getting there. All right, very good. Next. Okay, it starts with engagement and it leads to literacy. This is their logo. This is what they say about their course. The students do love it. Plus, for a lot of the things that are out there, there's a lot of things that are free. But they also charge. Okay. So what they charge for is the tracking and the report of your students are doing, and the extra worksheets and things like that that they make for you. So some of them aren't too expensive, so maybe you can get. All right, next. All right, this is the one that's going to see if you're really, really, really.
Oh.
What does ABE stand for?
Oh.
Everybody wants that, right?
Yep.
You'll see if everybody knows.
Oh.
Very good. That's I recommend it. You started your students right. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. What questions do you have about anything we presented? We have about 7 minutes.
Questions can be good.
And then the rest easy because I'm around.
No questions.
Any questions at all on the citizenship? First, you guys very much. We appreciate you